Hello and welcome to ShanghaiEye. I'm Chen Xuan.
And I'm Stephen Rancourt. The Asian Winter Games opens today in Harbin. The city is hosting Asia's top winter athletes from a record 34 national Olympic committees competing across 64 events. This year's event is a significant expansion. Nearly a third of them are new to the Asian Games. When I was there, posters, mascots, and countdown timers were reminding everyone of the Games' return to Harbin after nearly 3 decades.
The 9th Asian Winter Games runs for 12 days and features 6 major sports disciplines: biathlon, curling, ice hockey, skating, skiing, and ski mountaineering. A total of 1,275 athletes from 34 countries and regions across Asia have registered. Both the number of participating delegations and athletes are at record highs, and for the first time ever, Cambodia and Saudi Arabia are competing. Team China has over 170 athletes competing in all 64 events, including freestyle skiers Eileen Gu, Xu Mengtao, and short track speed skater Lin Xiaojun. Competitions are taking place at 5 venues in downtown Harbin and another 8 locations in Yabuli, a ski resort about 200 kilometers from Harbin. It only takes about 50 minutes to get there by high-speed rail. After the Games, all of the venues will be open to the public.
The Games are definitely taking Harbin's popularity to new heights. It was already a popular winter destination. I remember it was trending across pretty much all the socials last year.
Exactly. Well, during the 3-day New Year holiday alone, the city actually welcomed more than 3 million visitors, generating nearly 6 billion yuan in tourism revenue. But the money spent during the recently concluded Spring Festival holiday was even bigger. So, Stephen, how has Harbin become so popular?
Well, it's a very pretty city, and the snow just makes it look prettier. But I'd say it'd have to be the Ice and Snow World. It's the largest park of its kind, and it's crazy popular, and it just keeps growing every year. This winter, it's grown to a full square kilometer of ice buildings, slides, and other sculptures. So let's have a look at how they build this village of frozen fun.
第26届哈尔滨冰雪大街是在11月27号全面的进场施工开始建设。
After being in storage for nearly a year, 200,000 cubic meters of ice blocks harvested from the Songhua River last winter were transported to the site.
整个呢，今年我们的规划面积达到了这个100万平方米，可以说是我们历史上最大的一届景观呢，也是数量最多的一届。
1 million square meters, or 1 square kilometer, is equivalent to the size of around 92 standard football pitches. Inspired by the Asian Winter Games, the park features 9 major zones, recreating landmarks and landscapes from the members of the Olympic Council of Asia in ice and snow.
无论是采冰工人、运冰工人，还有我们的这个建设工人，每天呢大概有上万名工人，不分昼夜24小时的施工建设，实际上是不同的班次实现的。
The park required 300,000 cubic meters of ice and snow. Most of it came from storage, but this year many of the ice blocks were freshly harvested from the river just weeks or even days ago.
像我们整个的这个大滑梯也是我们这种网红项目，今年整个滑道数量呢也是增加到了24条，可以说是这个历史之最。
The 26th Harbin Ice and Snow World officially opened on December 21st. Over 3 weeks of hard work brought this frozen paradise to life. In just 15 days since its opening, the city of Harbin has seen a 21.3% increase in tourist arrivals compared to the same period last winter.
Wow, that looks awesome. I think I'll plan a trip next year.
Although we didn't get to witness the construction of the Ice and Snow World up close, they were obviously very busy, and they didn't need me and a crew wandering around their work site. We were fortunate enough to visit the International Snow Sculpture Art Expo on Sun Island, where we were able to see the construction and creation of some of the incredible snow sculptures there.
Oh, the big snowman. I heard you got to watch them build that thing.
Yeah, it's one of the major attractions in Harbin. I was lucky enough to grab an oversized chisel and give it a try. Didn't really feel like snow, you know? It's not, at least not snow how I remember it. It was as hard as ice. Let's have a look.
Come to Harbin, they said. You can build a snowman. It's a big snowman. Hey everybody, Steven here, coming at you from Sun Island in beautiful sunny Harbin. Right now I'm standing outside the Snow Sculpture Expo Park, and we've been granted a behind the scenes sort of sneak peek at what's going on in there. They're still building it. It actually takes several weeks to get it going, and while the park is open, they're going to continue sculpting the whole time. But remember, this is all weather dependent. So follow me as we go on in and take a look.
The International Snow Sculpture Art Expo usually lasts 2 months, until the end of February when the snow and ice begin to melt. Even though winter arrived a bit late this year, it's December, and temperatures are down to minus 15 degrees during the day.
Men at work. If you're in the sun, it doesn't feel so bad, but as soon as you step in the shade, it's cold.
The amount of snow required to build the 260 snow sculptures they have planned for the park this year is just astounding. See if you can guess how much snow is needed to pull this off.
Snowmaking machines are a common sight on ski hills, but they use them here at the Snow Sculpture Expo Park to manufacture the snow for the massive sculptures that they make here. You see, you get a lot of snow in Harbin, but it's quite dry and powdery. When you make your own snow, you can put exactly the right kind of moisture in there and get the exact consistency you're looking for. That, and they want it uniform. They want it to look nice and clean. So this massive water reservoir is what they use to make the snow. The water gets pumped through the pipes, through these hoses out here, and into the snowmaking machines where it's turned into a mist and then blasted out where it instantly freezes and turns into snow that can be gathered, compacted, and then turned into massive sculptures.
So many sculptures. Some are ridiculously large. Giant snowmen, a 20-meter tall Sun Wukong, Matryoshka dolls, 260 sculptures in all. So, any idea how much snow is required? It's more than you might think. Approximately 150,000 cubic meters of compressed snow had to be made, stacked, and carved. That's enough snow to fill 60 Olympic swimming pools, and this isn't light, fluffy snow. It is very heavy and compressed.
Now, the 9th Asian Winter Games are coming here to Harbin in February, so this sculpture behind me is actually very important. It's the flame representing the games. All right, so behind me, what's taking shape is the largest sculpture of the Snow Sculpture Park this year. So you can see they got some boards up there, and they're just ramming that snow down, making it really, really solid.
Inside the park, trucks carrying snow keep coming and going. This is because the snow removed from one sculpture is hauled away and reused for another. Good snow doesn't go to waste.
All right. Well, I've been given the opportunity to see what this snow feels like, so I'm gonna hop on in and do a little chiseling. Hey, 你好。然后在哪里？啊，这个边。在这边。好的。It's a very, very icy snow that's been stuck together. This is obviously a very special formula. Doesn't feel like any snow I've ever worked with before in my life. 那你可以这样，你告诉我这个东西是什么？
这叫福禄寿喜财，五神齐聚啊，中国传统文化，吉祥如意的意思。
海菜要多长时间那个结束了？
今天第一天，30天拿下。
The designer told me that each square on the blueprint represents 1 meter of the snow sculpture. While the sculptors shape the snow, the designer oversees from a distance and calls for adjustments. In the case of the giant 20-meter tall snowman outside the gate, it's 2 pairs of eyes directing more than 24 pairs of hands. Once the snow was stacked up, they managed to get it done in just 4 days.
我们早晨太阳日出蒙蒙亮，7点钟就开始了。到现场我们就开始雕刻。
所以你的2期是那个太阳？
哎，对，日出，哎，日出，日落，我们再干1个半小时，日落了，12日落，天黑我们就开始撤了。
Well, the sun is set in the city of Harbin. It's getting chilly, but The snowman is complete. He's standing guard outside the gate. It's a good thing too, because the crew that sculpted this thing need to get inside because they've got so many more sculptures to work on, not just here, but in other parts of the city as well. Harbin is really, really busy right now. So if you're interested in seeing for yourself what's going on in the city of Harbin during its transformation into the city of ice and snow, just whip out your phone. There are tons of live streamers, not just here at the gates to the snow sculpture park, but all over the city. But if you're feeling particularly adventurous and you're not afraid of a little cold weather, get on a plane and fly up here and experience it for yourself. You will not regret it. Anyhow, that's it for me on this one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Wow, Stephen, that looks like a truly complete journey.
Yeah, I'm super happy I made the trip. I got to try ice harvesting. I got to try ice sculpting. I got to see the construction of part of the ice and snow world and the Snow Sculpture Expo Park. Plus, the people in the Northeast are just very, very warm and welcoming. Harbin's booming popularity didn't happen by accident.
Well, we know you're from Canada, which is also a really cold country over there. So is there any ice and snow festival over there and the ice sculpture and ice themed parks?
Yeah, I'm from Montreal, and there's the Quebec Winter Carnival, which has been going on since the 1950s. There are competitions, but perhaps not on the scale of Harbin. Ice sculpting isn't something you'd study at a vocational school either. You wouldn't be able to choose it in university as a major or anything like that, like you can in Harbin. You can go for an art degree, of course, and you can focus on sculpting, but not ice specifically.
Besides Harbin, many other cities in China have been focusing on winter sports in recent years. And actually, right here in Shanghai, a southern city in China is now home to the world's largest indoor ski resort in Lingang Special Area.
Well, after the close of the Asian Winter Games, some are wondering if Harbin will remain this popular. I'm convinced it'll be fine, better than fine, in fact. It'll continue to grow. When a city becomes synonymous with something, the way Harbin is done with winter tourism, it gets woven into the fibers of the economy. The next year will be even bigger and better.
Now on to today's Shanghai A to Z section. If you lose your phone, it can feel like the end of the world. But don't panic. Follow these steps to keep your personal information and property safe. Step number 1, call your mobile carrier and get your SIM card frozen. Then head to the nearest service center with your ID to snag a replacement SIM card. Step number 2, notify your bank that your phone was lost and freeze your credit and debit cards. Step number 3, freeze apps like WeChat and Alipay. For WeChat, borrow a friend's device, log into your account, and get to WeChat Security Center and select Freeze Account. And for Alipay, you'll also have to borrow a device. Tap the Help button, select Account Suspension to follow the prompts. You can also take some preventive measures to beef up your security before you lose your phone. For example, you can set a long and strong password, as long as you can remember it. Also, don't save sensitive documents like a photo of your ID card, passport, or bank cards on your phone. You can also regularly back up your important information to the cloud. If you've got a question for us, you can find us on the socials.
We'd love to hear from you. You can find all of our content online as well, and join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.